Jordan came to play with a lot to say.
TikTok, let's make it rock.
Colton was in tears over his virginity. And Jason won the day. This was the Bachelorette's Men Tell All. And it's time for Roses and Rosé. We are here recapping Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette. This was the Men Tell All episode, so I got a big old glass of wine for these guys. Woo! Okay. It was petty. It was dramatic.
You're Chris Harrison. Camera time.
It was offensive.
Colton, you acting like a
It was emotional.
It's heart-wrenching.
Let's dive right in. First of all, as always, I want to know, what did you think of the Men Tell All? Were you disappointed? Did you get all the answers you wanted to get? Or did you love it so much? Tell me.
Welcome back to the Men Tell All.
So with every Men Tell All, Chris introduces the guys, and we start with Jake. Who?
Christian.
Who?
Camille.
Who are these people? I don't know. I don't know who they are. Then luckily he moves into some names that I do know. And then we end with Wills and Colton and Jason. And those three at the end, that really felt like the little Bachelor Possible section, right? After watching Men Tell All, who do you want for The Bachelor? Tell me. Wills, Colton, Jason, someone else? I interviewed Chris Harrison very recently and got his thoughts on a possible rogue candidate. I'm going to put that interview up for you guys soon for you to give me your take. We love a surprise, don't we? So, someone who's not there is Lincoln, and I know why, because the man who was convicted of a crime was not invited. I talked to Chris Harrison about this, and he had a lot of adamant things to say, which I really admired. He always gives his opinion, doesn't he? And that interview is up at etonline.com. I'm drinking because it's a shameless plug, even though I'm not saying shameless plug, but you guys know the deal. Anyway, I want to do something, you guys, that we've never... The wine's already affected me. Get it together, Lauren. Everybody, I want to do something that we have never done before for the Men Tell All, which is a full-ish fashion breakdown. What were these guys wearing? I mean, what a lineup. Grocery Store Joe is the one, and there usually always is one, who went way too casual. I like your shirt, Joe, but where's your jacket? It was nice to see him again, and I interviewed him, and you can check it out at etonline.com. But too casual, I think. Then we had the blonde guy, who I believe his name is Nick, and his deep V is too deep. But oh, then the V gets deeper over with Connor. And what is that jacket? That's a bold print. And what are those glasses? I never saw those on the show. I'm not sure that those are prescription. Jordan, shockingly, the fashion model maven man, looks the most normal. His hair is so flat and smooth. I don't even know how to describe it. It looked different, but in a way that I didn't fully understand. And then Chris, I would call a bit of a scary magician. Leo is the year 1974. Wills in a full plaid suit, top to bottom, with some red shoes. Well, that's just Wills, isn't it? Wills, you accept these red rose shoes? Colton is all black, everything with a subtle paisley and a little pink pocket square. And I didn't hate that look, but I'll be honest, I didn't love it.
And Jason.
Jason looks the best of all, and thank God, you guys, he got a haircut. Oh God, I'm choking on it. I'm so excited.
Chris, what happened?
The wheels fell off.
Chris, if you remember Chris, he really lost it, and he admitted the wheels fell off, and that is great. I want to drink every time somebody owned it tonight, because if there is one rule to being a reality star and being successful, it's owning it. You can mess up, you can, but you gotta own it, and Chris owned it, so cheers to Chris.
No matter what you say right here, you played all of us.
Whoa! Colton came to play. Drink for Colton. He went right for Jean Blanc. I don't really know why, because they weren't a thing on the show, but Colton just went in for it. He had a stern look on his face pretty much all night.
I feel right now is
It's okay, he'll take it back in 3 seconds.
Burn Colton, but then, oh my God, Jean Blanc came back with a disgusting comment.
You acting like a but you never been so I don't know what's going on.
They bleeped it out. I am not a fan of what he said, you guys. I don't think it's okay to refer to parts of the female body in a negative way, as if they represent something negative. I'm not a fan of that. Use your words more wisely. Be better. Nope.
Be disrespectful on top of being disingenuous.
Then I do have to say, though, Colton says the word disingenuine, and you guys, it's not a word. I don't know why people say that on this show so much. It's disingenuous, not disingenuine.
Here's my problem, is that love is a very, very powerful emotion.
Okay, then we get the adult of the night, Jason. Jason comes for Jean Blanc and says, quote,
"And I have no respect for anybody that abuses that emotion when they're in need. And Jean, you were in need."
What a good way of putting this, Jason, that Jean Blanc was basically using the word love. Seemingly, Jason's implying in an attempt to stay on the show. Yeah, I think that that's right. And Jason, he tells Jean Blanc,
And more importantly, you owe an apology to Becca.
Jason came to play, and he is playing like an adult. Wow, did Jason come off well this episode, you guys? We're gonna get more into it.
You're gonna call me a hypocrite? Oh yeah, things are group date. Things are over with Tia. I'm really glad we got that behind us. Let's fast forward. You're leaving practically on Tia's terms.
So then Jordan came for Colton, and I got a drink for Jordan. Drink for Jordan because he's not wrong. Jordan calls Colton out for calling him a fake when he says really Colton was being a hypocrite. The thing is, Jordan might say what he says.
I've got billboards up in all their minds. We're paving highways.
But he's often not wrong. He's just extreme. And as he says, he's himself.
I'm me. I'm unapologetically me. And I'm always gonna be me.
I don't know.
Think about the seriousness of the entire thing, right?
Sure.
David is talking, and David, I'm sorry, I don't care, I don't know anything about you. That's what I wrote down.
I felt like Jordan never attacked you, David. I felt like, David, you were kind of a bully, consistently poking at Jordan. Jordan was defending himself.
Jason then defends Jordan. I love it. I loved Jason on this episode. What did you guys think? Did Jason's men tell all appearance make you want him for Bachelor, even if you wanted somebody else? I was really here for Jason. He was the voice of reason. And guys, if we're being honest, the men tell all is a bit of a Bachelor audition, isn't it? I mean, I talked to Chris Harrison about this backstage, and you can check out the interview at etonline.com. Of course, there's a lot of time before The Bachelor is officially chosen. It's the biggest gap of time during the year between Bachelor Nation shows. And things could change, but men tell all matters. And Jason made it matter.
Excuse me, sir, what's your name? I lost you.
Who is
the guys that got eliminated night one?
Then we cut back to those guys from the beginning who we didn't know, and one of them explains, quote, "We are the guys eliminated night one." I wrote down sad LOL. Sad that you had to explain yourself. Chris Harrison wasn't even going to take the time. He probably didn't know their names.
I'm talking to me. This is your moment, right? This is your moment, right? Come down here. You're across from me, so you're getting some camera time. Chris Harrison, camera time. Get this guy.
Jordan is then going to give one of the night one guys some camera time. He gets up and he knows what this dude is trying to do. Interject himself just to be on camera. And Jordan's like, take your time, man. Get out here. Jordan came to play. The best part of the night, though, was just Jordan turning to Joe and saying, "Grocery store Joe, what's up?"
Grocery store Joe, what's up?
Oh, my dog.
I'm done.
It was so bro-y and silly, and I loved it. Don't drink every time that Jordan says he's himself.
Myself.
Himself.
That's a dangerous game. You are you, Jordan, and we love it.
Am I saying I'm a Rolls Royce? Not so much, just comparison.
And what are these guys driving?
So remember, I'm Mo and Joe. This guy in the corner's on Mo and Joe.
I don't know what that means. Do you guys, what was he talking about? Please let me know in the comments. I literally have no idea. I think this is a reference I wasn't getting. Hard to tell with Jordan. Let me know.
Grocery Joe's time in the mansion was fleeting.
Grocery store Joe comes to the hot seat, and he is looking good. A lot of these guys had some little makeover moments. Joe's hair got longer and curlier, and he's just letting his hair do its natural thing. Often we look our best in the natural state that we hath been given by nature, says the woman whose hair is fully highlighted. I recently went to my more natural hair part. Trying that out. Let me know what you guys think. Used to do a deeper part. Does it suck? Tell me. Anyway.
I do see that you are a man of very few words.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. I don't know. I mean, I talk a lot. I just, we got cameras.
Just not to me right now.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
Joe is a man of very few words, guys. And he says, he makes the mistake of saying, I talk more usually, but we got the cameras around here. Here's the thing. I know that Joe is beloved, and I love Joe. He's very sweet. But the Joe for Bachelor thing, it's not going to work, you guys. Chris Harrison flat out told me backstage at Men Tell All that Joe is not the type of guy for Bachelor. He doesn't say enough. You've got to be able to articulate your emotions and speak at length if you're going to be the lead. You're carrying things. Joe, we love you. We're excited to watch you on Paradise. Are you guys disappointed about the idea of Joe not being the Bachelor? Are you still holding out? Let me know. So then Wills is in the hot seat, and the all plaid wasn't my favorite Wills look. What did you think? Did you like it? I didn't love it. I think he's looked better. I like him in an animal print. I don't have much to say about Wills. He was here in studio. Check out the full interview on our YouTube channel. If you missed it, I asked him a lot of these questions that he answered tonight, and I thought he had nice answers, and I think Wills is nice. I don't think Wills is going to be the Bachelor. I'm sorry. It's just how I'm feeling. Not after Jason just killed it during this episode. Then we've got Colton, and they address the Tia thing. And Colton says he wasn't even thinking about Tia all season. You guys, we have so much more from Colton and Tia on our website. I interviewed Colton and I interviewed Tia on set in Paradise. Talked to them both about each other. Go check it out. Okay.
A lot of tough conversations you had to have. Another one was about your virginity.
Colton, though, man, the virginity thing came up. Of course, especially because of Jean Blanc's disgusting comment. I'm not even going to call it a joke because it wasn't a joke. It was a disgusting comment. Go higher with your comedy. Colton talked about how he had lied about being a virgin before, and he said something that really helped make me understand because I don't want to shock you guys, but I didn't play sports. He said,
As an athlete, you know, you build this wall up that you don't let your opponents see you sweat. And you don't let anybody get to you.
This made a lot of sense for me now. It was like he talked about kind of making things up in the locker room, and he said he didn't want people to see him sweat because you're an athlete. You're like always competing. And I understood Colton better after this one-on-one with Chris Harrison, and Colton was in tears up there, and I don't blame him. I do think people said a lot of crazy stuff to him on social media, and I do think that there's a double standard with men and women and the virginity thing being okay. And I think that Colton has a good heart. So what did you guys think? Did you like Colton's conversation? Did it make you see him differently at all? And did you think he addressed everything properly? I have more with Colton on the virginity thing and how he's handled it, including telling people he had previously lied to about it. Yes, he's had those conversations. That's up at etonline.com. Whew! Okay, man, I am plugging away.
You guys are sweet.
Then we've got Jason in the hot seat, and Jason did the thing that I was concerned he didn't do during Bachelorette, you guys. He cried. He cried. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, what we are likely looking at is either Jason for Bachelor or one of Becca's top two guys, Blake and Garrett, for Bachelor. Blake and Garrett have gotten very emotional on the show, especially Blake. And Jason did not cry when he was sent home. And I think that Jason is funny and very well spoken, but you've got to have a lead who's going to be emotional. He cried at Men Tell All. Just nailing this Bachelor audition. And I don't mean that in a way like Jason's a bad guy. I think he's great. He really checked all the boxes. And he said without saying to me that he's had talks to be the Bachelor, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, usually with the top few guys, there's going to be that discussion. You know what I'm saying? Do you want Jason to be the Bachelor? How do you feel after tonight? Tell me.
I'm going to take Oprah's line, but I say it with all the passion.
Oh my gosh, things with Jason get even better. I forgot he quoted Oprah. Jason referred to Oprah.
Oprah's.
And you get a Jason, and you get a Jason, and you get a Jason. Do we all want a Jason? Do we want Jason for Bachelor? He mentioned Oprah. Oh, Jason. Jason! Love it.
So I guess moving forward, what could I do better to kind of bridge that gap?
He said that he wanted more answers from Becca, and I agree, but we're not going to get them, guys. Becca is so sweet and so kind that she doesn't give the strongest of opinions. Even in Men Tell All and even in my interview with her, she still just said basically with Jason, she was just kind of following her heart. Didn't give a ton of specifics on why she sent him home. Did that bother you at all? Did you want more answers from Becca? Tell me. Okay, then Jason and Becca come face to face, and Jason tells him, I can't. It's like drink every time Jason gets even better. I was Blake for Bachelor. I still like Blake. But I also really like Jason now. I'm feeling torn, just like Becca did. But that was between Blake and Garrett, and I'm between Blake and Jason. Anyway, so Jason just tells Becca that he thinks she is a wonderful person and that she's going to do so much in the world, and he just hopes they can be friends. What an adult thing to say. I didn't even know I could say those things. I'm learning how to be an adult from Jason. Very impressive. Then...
May I come up there?
Yeah. John Blanc, you already wasted so much of our time, and everyone is rolling their eyes. How dare he? He is so clueless yet again, and he wants to give her a perfume. This is painful. Jason and Colton's faces say it all. No one wants to test your perfume, John Blanc. Go home! Ugh. Okay, guys, so yeah, Becca also didn't really have an answer on why she sent Joe home. I mean, don't drink every time Becca doesn't have a specific answer. That's a lot of negatives. It doesn't make much sense. But always great to have an excuse to have a little sip of rosé, am I right? Anyway.
I just do want to say sorry from the bottom of my heart for that. And with that being said, I brought some people to go ahead and let everyone know how much of a jerk I am for that.
Okay, then Chris really brought it home, not Harrison. Chris R. Although Chris Harrison, he brings it home.
Chris was a jerk. Chris was a jerk. Didn't get his time with dessert.
That was cute. A drinks to owning it.
Sorry, ooh, sorry.
He redeemed himself tonight, and I'm excited to see him on Paradise. And of course, we have to have, as usual, On the Journey with JC. JC, come on in. You guys, today, JC is going to tell us what he sees in How the Men Tell All. So, JC, the C stands for coffee today. That's what you're drinking, because you're going to stay up all night editing this video. And because we love this episode so much, we just want to know, you always have the best, most adult, like Jason, opinions. What did you think of the Men Tell All?
There was a lot of bickering. I thought Jordan was the best. Jordan is a guy who can take a lot of heat from a lot of people at once, and he gets flustered, but he handles himself well. Jordan is a guy also who's confident. Anyone who can play that well, he gets a sip.
A sip from JC. JC, who's your pick for Bachelor?
You know, I'm a fan of Jason now, too.
JC sees Jason. Cheers to Jason and JC on the journey. Okay, so you guys, that was Men Tell All. We had some funny little bloopers moments. They're great, although I just have to say I was concerned. In the bloopers footage, we saw Becca chasing a peacock. I don't know much about animals, but I don't think you're supposed to chase peacocks. I believe that they're an aggressive bird. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think I heard that somewhere. I'll Google it later. Not that I encounter peacocks much, but you know, better safe than sorry. Anyway, in the promo for the finale, speaking of emotion, Garrett cries a lot and Becca calls herself a monster. Becca is so hard on herself. And we also got a very long trailer for Bachelor in Paradise. You guys, interviews from Bachelor in Paradise set are up at etonline.com right now. Check them out, including with Chris Harrison, who told me that they filmed so much Paradise, more than ever before this season. Oh my God, the trailer is so intense. The way it ended with, I think her name is Chelsea from Ari's season, just sobbing. It's like that sobbing and you're trying to catch your breath. God, that was dark. Feel for you, Chelsea. Are you guys excited for Paradise? Let me know. It's going to premiere right after the Bachelorette finale next week. You guys, we are already at the end. I adore you all so much. Thank you for being here. Overall, a solid episode of Men Tell All. From style to sadness to borderline insanity. It was wonderful. And I have loved, of course, watching this season with you guys and getting your comments, so please keep them coming. And reach out to me anytime. Bye! Wow, this is good. I've said it before, I'll say it again for any newbies. Look for a rosé that's borderline clear. Hold it up to the sun, and if it almost looks like water, you're gonna love it. And it should be from France. My two very basic tips.